Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to have a look at some sentiments made by the Dagoretti North Member of Parliament Beatrice Elachi earlier today. Sentiments that have clearly angered and shocked very many Kenyans. If the CAS get salaries, they will pay taxes. In fact, we are creating more base of tax to go back to the government because they will employ others. So, in a nutshell, Beatrice Elachi is supporting the creation of CAS positions because those positions will employ Kenyans who will then pay taxes to the government, hence increasing the tax base. And Kenyans have been attacking Elachi since morning, and some are even wondering whether this woman went to school. In fact, let's have a look at some remarks, or rather a response by Babu Wino, before we dig deep into those remarks and to the whole issue of CAS positions. Babu had this to say: Babu Owino, salary meant for Ruto's CASs can employ over 460k youths at Kenya shillings 10k per month. Instead of employing 50 CASs at 50 million Kenya shillings per month, we can employ 5,000 youths across the country at 10,000 Kenya shillings. The budget of the office of the CAS is going to be 1 billion per year as per the projections made during the last time they were going to be appointed. In a month, that is 4.16 billion shillings, assuming that one youth is going to be paid 10,000 shillings just to afford a basic needs. If you divide the amount quoted by the 10,000 shillings, you will get 416,000 youths across the nation that can be employed. So Babu Owino is just saying that instead of employing these 50 CASs, their salaries, the salaries of these 50 CSs can employ 416,000 youths. So there is no need of employing these 50 CSs. The government should just go directly to employ the youths. I want us to dig deep into this story for Kenyans to understand exactly what is happening here, because in July, the High Court declared CAS positions unconstitutional. The government appealed that decision, and the judgment is still pending at the Court of Appeal. And this issue is generating new interest because recently, Kenya Kwanza government, through the majority leader, Kimani Ichung'wah, presented a bill in parliament that seeks to anchor the CAS positions in the constitution. I want us to dig deep into this. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Let's now put into perspective the remarks by Beatrice Elachi. Beatrice Elachi is one of the ODM members of parliament who crossed over to Kenya Kwanza government. They have been supporting William Ruto's policies in parliament. And they keep on sending mixed signals. At one point, they're seeing in ODM functions. The next day, they are supporting Kenya Kwanza's policies in parliament. So I just don't understand what happens to these members immediately they cross over to the Kenya Kwanza team. Because how can a whole member of parliament who we are assuming went to school say that by employing 50 CASs, the government is going to get money in form of taxes? Why can't the government just keep that money? Because it's the government that is going to pay them, or rather to pay the 50 CSS. Is the government going to pay them? And it's again from that money that is going to be deducted for taxes. Why can't the government just keep the salaries and the taxes? I strongly believe that Elachi is not herself. It's somehow very clear she's just trying to please William Ruto very blindly. And the mere fact that she still holds that position as an MP, courtesy to ODM party, she's embarrassing the ODM party. And from where I sit, if I was to advise the party, such leaders should not be tolerated in ODM. In fact, they should not even be allowed to attend ODM's functions. Their attendance of those functions are even making Kenyans doubt whether ODM is actually serious. Recently, Raila Odinga had a function in Nairobi, and we saw the likes of Elachi. Nairobi Women Representative Passaris attend that function and saying how they care about the people and ODM party. I personally believe that these leaders should not be tolerated in ODM. If possible, they should even be expelled, for they are an embarrassment not only to ODM party, but even for the people they represent. This is stupidity of the highest level. And now back to the caste positions. It appears William Ruto's government is not ready to rectify things. Everything that this government has initiated has always been backfiring. Ruto told Kenyans that they inherited a broke government. And just yesterday, Treasury CS Professor Njuguna Ndung'u shocked Kenyans when he admitted that the government is broke and struggling to pay salaries. And you have a president here who intends on bringing more people into his government to be paid salaries. Something is not adding up, ladies and gentlemen. A government saying it's struggling to pay salaries, struggling to create more positions. And the positions are clearly not needed. In fact, even our courts have declared the positions unconstitutional. The government still goes ahead in parliament trying to anchor those unnecessary positions in our laws. Something is wrong here, ladies and gentlemen. Things are not adding up. Total confusion. A very clueless team. Let me stop it there for now. But as I stop, it's important Kenya should also know this. Already, we have the cabinet secretaries and the principal secretaries. These caste positions will just duplicate the roles already being performed by the cabinet secretaries and the principal secretaries. The government has been operating for 1 year. I don't think the government has ever stalled for lack of employees. If anything, Even the cabinet secretaries and the principal secretaries are idling in their offices. They are idlers in their offices. Most of their roles are being performed at State House Nairobi. Why is William Ruto creating more idlers? Why is he intending on adding more idlers into his government? Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.